In this video, we're going to use scrapbook paper, printed graphics, and photos to make unique cake bases that are also waterproof and greaseproof. This is part 2 of my cake base design series, so go back and check out the base from my previous videos after this one. If you're new to my channel and interested in ways to be creative with your cake decorating, be sure to subscribe for more tips and tutorials. And if you're ready to take your skills to the next level, check out my cake decoration beginner's guide, which is linked in the description below. So let's get started. We'll need a 10-inch cake base, contact paper, double-sided tape, a pair of scissors, and scrapbook paper, which is also referred to as a paper pad. You'll notice that there are several designs which are coordinated. You may also use images that have been printed from a computer. I'll show some examples of printed graphics later in the video. First, we'll create a cake base with a collage of images. I prefer to use the printed paper pads or scrapbook paper booklets for this because the designs are already color coordinated and are typically focused around a central theme. Although this pad is full of several designs, I am going to choose 3 different designs. One design that features all of the women, one design with words that is primarily white, and the one with the pink background. Next, I cut the pieces of paper into angular shapes. Then I arrange the shapes on the top of my board to get a general idea of where each design will go. For the shapes with the design of faces, I'm mindful to always have them facing the outer edge of the base. This way, the faces will never appear upside down, no matter how the final cake is positioned. Once I like the general location of each shape, I secure them to the cake base with double-sided tape. At this point, don't worry about the overlapping paper. We'll cut that later. Creating a collage base like this can also be done with photos, like I made for this cake. If you're planning to use photos, avoid using your originals for this. Make copies or scan and print the files of these photos instead. Using a single sheet of scrapbooking paper or a single printed graphic is also an option. This sheet from my larger paper pad is 12 inches square. Here I use the cake base as a template to trace onto the back of the flower pattern paper. Next, I cut the base shape from the paper to get the perfect fit. Just as I did with the collage shapes, I would use the double-sided tape to secure the paper to the cake base. Now here are 2 examples of cake bases where a printed graphic really made my cake stand out. Once the collage shapes are secured to the base, I'm going to go around the board and remove the overlapping paper with scissors to create a clean edge. The next step is to apply the contact paper. I'm using contact paper that is clear and transparent but has a matte finish. I like this one because it has square measurements to help me cut. First, I cut a rectangle that's large enough for my cake base. Next, I cut a circle around my base. I'm leaving approximately 1 inch all the way around. It doesn't need to be perfect, and you'll see why later. Next, I separate the contact paper from the backing. You'll notice that the backing was the part that had all the measurements. Now you'll want to do this very slowly. Once separated, I lay the contact paper down onto my surface with the sticky side facing up. Then I lay my cake base face down onto the center of the contact paper. I flip it over and gently smooth the top, pressing and removing any air bubbles. Next, I cut slits into the contact paper, which is overlapping the cake base, and I go all the way around, creating flaps like this. Next, I gently fold and press each flap into the bottom of the cake base. Now you can leave the edge exposed, or you can finish it with ribbon secured with double-sided tape. The contact paper actually creates a waterproof and grease-proof surface, so you can just wipe the cake base with a paper towel to remove icing. Now this part is super important. Never sit your cake directly on top of the contact paper. Always make sure that your cake is on a grease-proof cake board like this prior to placing your cake onto this cake base. The theme of my collage cake base centers around inspiring women and promoting girl power. And I know an amazing girl who's celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday, Carly! I hope you are having a fantastic day. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button below and subscribe to be notified when I upload a new cake decorating related tutorial. As always, thanks for watching.